let's talk about the concept of exceptional management. Now, I made myself really clear at the beginning. My goal is to give you those skills that you're going to need to be exceptional. So, some of the things we're going to talk about here are going to talk about the actual aspect of having people trust you, having people sit down and build a network so you can be successful in what you're doing and also communicate what you want to talk about. Among the chief skills that companies are looking for in top managers, the ability to motivate and engage others. Yes, like that, with the deeper voice, the whole bit. Yeah, communication is a soft skill, and people think it can't be taught, but frankly, it can. It's called paying attention to people, trying to make certain that you're communicating to them and listen to them as well. It is a two-way street in the process. We'll talk about the aspect of listening. I think it's huge. I think it will help you in your career pathway. And by the way, I don't know about you, I have been out in the workplace. I have dealt with some people, and to be perfectly honest about it, very few people follow up, very few people listen, and if you are one of those people that does, I promise you, you will get ahead just because of the fact that you're a rare unicorn almost nowadays, because of the fact that people don't listen, they're not engaged. If you pull those things off, you too will become very valuable. They also are looking for work experience outside of the United States. Listen, if you speak multiple languages, that needs to be on your resume. We are becoming a much bigger global community, and that is an asset for you. So pay attention closely in regards to that. Having a high energy level, you really may have to sit down and travel around the world, and it's a 24/7 world. I mean, people are hustling and bustling. You need to be part of that overall aspect of what can you deliver to the company. Here are 7 challenges that we're going to be looking at right now. Let's dive into them. Really, stay ahead of the competition. Everybody is hustling, bustling nonstop. Something new comes out. Somebody steals in a different country. They steal in the aspect of taking your intellectual property. You need to be ahead of issues like that. Be responsive to customers. This is the golden gem and the highest standards you can possibly have. I'm listening. Can you hear me listening? Practice doing that. Even if it looks foolish to you in the aspect of listening to customers, you need to sit down and do that. Innovation. Be different. Be different in the aspect of your advertising too. Don't be a typical social media influencer and think you actually have those same traits. I have to tell you, social media, everybody thinks they have an opinion, and they're certainly entitled to that, but I see very few intelligent opinions. When you talk, people should pause to listen because of the fact that they're going to listen to you because you might be that one to have an intelligent opinion. Quality, efficiency, those are areas that every organization needs to stay ahead of. New opportunities. E-commerce is huge. You can run a global business from the picnic table in your backyard and sit down and buy and sell across planet Earth right from there in the process. Frankly, the whole world is so technologically oriented. If you keep on the cutting edge of it, you're going to find different opportunities. I've had several students that are nothing but drop shippers. They sit down and they contact some country in Asia, typically China. They'll have it drop shipped over here directly to their customers off Alibaba, and they're going to make a lot of money. If you do it and you do it well, you can make a lot of money and sit there and develop your own business in the aspect of shipping goods around the entire world. If we have tariffs coming up, pay attention to regards to what that's about. Just look at, can you buy stuff out of Brazil? Can you buy stuff out of Europe in the process? Look at the opportunity. Find data and get that data to make decisions for you. Artificial intelligence out there. I have to tell you, I've already challenged a couple of things in artificial intelligence. I'm going to give you a warning. Artificial intelligence is sociopathic. It has no moral grounds or moral base to make decisions. Be cautious about using it, but when you do use it, and quite frankly, I encourage you to use it, but walk into its use knowing that it is unapologetic, it doesn't have any kind of a conscience, any kind of moral or ethical boundaries. It is just a tool, but use that tool to your advantage. The best part of AI is its deep research. Organizational changes, things shift. Pay attention to what's going on in your organization. Sometimes you call that politics. Politics can be good and bad. Diversity. Diversity opens new markets, expand, and grow its bottom line. I define diversity a lot different than you'll hear all the time in the typical social media things. Here is a real honest to goodness fact. We have changes happening within the population. Orange County, California is a huge example of it. We have a massive demographic difference here. And literally, I live on a street. We only have 19 houses on our street. Of the 19 houses, we have at least 7, 8, or 9 different nationalities. It's like the United Nations. This is not unique. There are lots of opportunities out here. We have a population of 3.4 million. We have 1.1 million drive into Orange County every single day. If you're watching this and live in Orange County, that's called opportunity. Pay attention. Opportunity. If you have a niche over here with a pizza that specializes in this, people will go to it, even people not from that specific nationality, just to try it out. There's opportunity here. Pay attention to diversity. I view diversity as an opportunity for you to make more money. And also, to be perfectly honest about it, I have to tell you that I like the diversity part. I prefer to work with people that are different from me because they're going to challenge my intellect over here. And frankly, I don't know about you, I can use that every single day without a problem. I enjoy it. I like knowing people. Maybe you do too. But regardless, listen to people because you're going to learn and expand your overall knowledge base and your mind and business strategies as well. Look for the long term. Global management, think about everybody across planet Earth. Most of us, we're going to be raised in our own atmosphere with our parents, with people that we know, with schools that we know, and we're going to think, this is the norm. Everybody should be just like this. You know what? This whole aspect of race versus whatever, everybody believes that their way is the normal way, and other people that are not following the normal way, okay, they're wrong. That simply isn't true. It's different. It's different. Pay attention to that and listen to where they're coming from because you're going to learn a lot if you truly listen. My mom told me, and I may mention this later on, she says, David, God gave you 2 ears of 1 mouth. You ought to listen twice as much as you talk. Frankly, you may hear that again because I think we need to hear that again in the aspect of listening as to what we're doing. Globalization is connecting businesses across the world and cultures in the process. Be on top of it, know what's going on, pay attention to it, and listen to other cultures. You will learn stuff. Ethical standards, there's a lot of aspects of ethics, a lot of lack of ethics. If you have them, you will draw people to you. Avoid the social media echo chambers. By an echo chamber, it means, I have this opinion and my opinion is right. So be careful about the whole thing of that because you're going to have other people echoing the same thing back, and then hating those people that don't believe this. You know what? Pay attention, be open, listen, and be nice. New markets. There's a lot of opportunities. I don't think that we should talk about the aspect of pushing different aspects of markets. We had our federal government pushing really heavily that you must have to have an EV by the year 2035 in the state of California. That's a California mandate. The mandate right now coming out of Sacramento, California is the fact that they're going to stop selling gas-powered vehicles. You know what? I am very much interested in electric vehicles. I'm waiting for the next generation with solid-state batteries coming out. I may be leasing one currently, but the reality is I'm waiting for the next generation coming out. But you know what? By pushing a mandate in the process by saying we have to have that, let me ask you, how's it worked? Okay, you have General Motors laying off people electric vehicles. You have Ford doing the same thing. We need to pay attention to the aspect of what America is really about. It's about capitalism. It is about freedom. When government starts mandating what we buy, then we have a problem. We should have a market-driven economy, not a government-driven economy. That is America that was founded upon and the principles, especially the principles of capitalism in regards to that. The Paris Accord. Let me tell you the actual numbers over here. I went online, checked with the artificial intelligence. They claim that we're going to spend $8.1 trillion on green energy from the Paris Accord of 2015. Let me re-give you the number. The number is by the year 2050. Write this one down because here is an opportunity for you to save the world and make a lot of money. Governments plan in 2015 to spend $8.1 trillion. By the year 2050, they plan on spending $131 trillion. Listen to me. That's real money. Pay attention to that. You too can go dive into the aspect of electric vehicles, windmills, solar. All that is fabulous. But pay attention that every time you go into a new market, there are issues over there. Electric vehicles have lithium batteries. Lithium batteries can catch on fire. We've had all kinds of issues with that. People park their cars in the driveway rather than the garage because of the fact of that concern. Windmills, they kill thousands of birds, and we stopped hearing about that because of the fact that they're so focused on how we save money with the windmill. They don't talk about the killing of thousands of birds, especially the predatory birds. Beach dwells in New England. This last year, we've had 39 different beach dwells in New England, and they're attributing it primarily to the underwater cables for solar power. There's issues there. Solar. I've had solar for years on my house. It saved a lot of money. In California, our prices have skyrocketed. 90% increase since 2019. We have people paying $1,200 a month for electric bill. Is not uncommon if you don't have solar. I encourage you to get it, but it's not a permanent issue because solar operates on sunlight. And last time I checked, we have a nighttime issue. Solve puzzles and make billions. Follow the money. $131 trillion by 2050. Manage for work you believe in. You know what? That's a good philosophy, but sometimes there isn't work that you believe in. A friend of mine, her and I were going through a doctoral program at the same time. She was studying the gray dolphins over in the Atlantic. And she was fabulous. She'd go 30 to 40 miles offshore. She'd go diving. It was, frankly, a fun job. I was jealous of her in the aspect, except for the fact that the pay was about $35,000 a year today. Okay, that may be something I believe in, except for the fact I can do more by having an effective aspect of some of the things that I'm involved with, including an environmental aspect, just simple recycling and everything else. And we have issues with the Pacific Jar. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. So, exceptional management, stay ahead of the competition. Look for new opportunities. There's a lot of them out there. Long-term strategies win. Global management, enhance your career opportunities by thinking big picture, including learning about other cultures, especially if you have an opportunity to be assigned to that culture. Meaningful ethics, the ones that belong to you. We'll talk more about that later. Look for new markets. That's always an opportunity for you. And if you can, get a job where you can work and be passionate about it because you absolutely love it. You pull that last one off, life will be good because you'll look forward to going to work every single day and being a leader in that field. Be exceptional. Take care.